Hey guys, today we're going to solve the Usaco 2025 February Bronze Contest, problem number 2, Making Mexes. Let's explain the problem. You're given an array of n non-negative integers, a1 all the way to an, and n is a very big number, so we just need to account for our solution to be not a lot of for loops, so we don't run out of time. And the numbers in the array are less than n and greater or equal to 0. In one operation, you can change any element of the array to any non-negative integer. And the max of an array is a minimum non-negative integer that it does not contain. And for each I in the range 0 to n inclusive, compute the minimum number of operations you need in order to make the max of the array equal to I. The input contains the first line equal to n, and the second line be equal to the array. For each I in the range 0 to n, output the minimum number of operations for each new line. So we're going to have n plus 1 answers. And so this just explains how to make the max of each I be equal to the I. And let's explain the solution. Let's explain the solution. So find the minimum amount of operations. We need to understand a few things. So let's demonstrate our target to be I is equal to 2. So we're trying to make 2 equal to the max of the array. So to do this, we have to include all the numbers from 0 to I minus 1, which is 2, to be inside the list. So right now we're just missing 1. But we also can't have the target 2 in the array. Otherwise, it's not going to be in the list, or it's going to be in the list, and that's not what we want. We want to find the minimum non-negative integer that is not in the list. So we need to remove all of these extra 2's. But by doing this, we can also add all the numbers that are missing at the same time. So we can replace all these 2's with 1's. 1, 1, 1. And this would be our target array. So our answer for this would be 3, because the amount of frequency is 2, but we only need to add one number, which is 0 and 1. But 0 is already in the list, so we only need to add 1. So the final answer to each I is the maximum of the frequency of I, which in the case is 2, and the missing amount of numbers. So let's just call it missing. So we just need to loop through each. Let's look at the code. So the first 2 lines are just input, and then we create a frequency list that basically shows the amount of times a number appears in the list. And then we have a check to see if a number is present inside the array. So now let's get into the main for loop. So we have the amount of missing count that will update throughout the for loop, and we immediately get the max of missing count and frequency. So missing count is the missing numbers that need to be present that go from 0 to I minus 1, and the frequency of I just shows the amount of numbers of I that must not be present but already present. So we need to remove all the times I appears in the array. And then we have the update of missing count, because the number that we currently use has to be included in the list for the next number, and if it's not present, then we have to add 1 as it's a missing number for the next number. And then we execute the solution, and this will give us all the test cases. Let's run the code. Let me find my file and submit it. And this should give us all correct test cases. Yeah, as you can see here. So thank you for watching the video. If you want to see more Usaco tutorials, then you should subscribe and turn the notification bells on, leave a comment, and like the video. Thanks, and see you next time.